What up, Jobins? Episode 125. I think this is a milestone.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a milestone, Jobins. We're glad you're here with us. Thanks for fucking keeping up. Thanks for the love and support. We appreciate you guys liking our vlogs that we're making. I'm going to try and stick to it. I like it too. I like making vlogs. They're fun and easy.
It's awesome to see the vlog, and it's awesome to be at episode 125. Like you said, just to reiterate, thank you, Jobins. Thanks everybody that's watching.
We got 55 days, Brenden, until Sugar Shane becomes champ, until Aljo's sleeping on the fucking floor. Aljo, sign the paperwork, you big pussy. What are you so scared of?
It's pretty obvious.
I know. Well, 55 days, so no matter what,
that's going to be such a freaking good fight. I'm so excited for that.
How you doing today?
I am doing good. I'm a little tired. I was up a little late last night.
I woke your ass up early. I said, we're getting the pod done early, baby.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I got that energy in me now with the drinks, which I do want to work on cutting energy drinks down, Jobins. I don't know.
We're not sponsored by them.
We're not
Yeah,
hey,
it might not even be on camera, but we're not even sponsored.
I was just about to say, hey, you... Yeah, nameless brand. Knocking it off the table.
Yeah. We are looking for a sponsor, though, Jobin. So if you know anybody or you know someone that wants to sponsor the fucking BrendenSchmitty Show, let me know.
Mm-hmm. And, man, I was even thinking, too, of, like, just print on demand stores and stuff like that, doing some research, Jobins, because like we've always been saying, getting merch out there, it's a real thing that we're like really looking into, and I'm excited for.
I had a little tear in my
happen.
eye. I had a little tear in my eye when I walked into your room and you said, "Hey, look what I've been working on." Fucking tear to my eye. So keep going. I appreciate it.
And I appreciate all you guys too, just saying that you want to merch. So it's really cool and it's exciting.
Yeah. Dude. Fucking some Jits stories, right? So you weren't there yet. You're at work. You're on your way to Jits, right? You know, Bebo always fucks with me. So he's fucking around with me. He's doing, you know, how he fucks me up and shit. Well, then a moment happens where he's laying on the ground because he just got done fucking with someone else, but he's laying there. So I'm like, haha, I'm taking my advantage. So I fucking... Petrie?
The dog is going crazy.
Oh, that's it, Pete. I'm going to beat
it's
that
an early
ass.
morning.
That's okay.
Puppy's angry too.
He's probably got his female friends walking by. Fucking Petrie.
Yeah, I'm noticing the bitches.
But get on top of Bebo. I'm like, all right, get up. Get up, big boy. And he can't get up. So you know what he starts fucking doing?
What? Oh, my God. Go ahead and tell.
You don't know. I guarantee you don't know. Go ahead.
You want me to say it?
Did you already hear?
Yeah.
Oh, you heard about it?
I heard last night.
Oh.
Yeah, but Blake was the one that brought it up.
Yeah, say it.
He was grabbing your balls and stuff, wasn't he?
Yeah, dude. I said, Bebo, quit fucking doing that. First, I didn't even, he's like, you feel that? And I'm like, what are you fucking doing? And then he fucking squeezed. I was like, dude, because, you know, we got geese on, right, Jobin? So you couldn't really fucking tell at first. Squeeze my nutsack. I'm like, dude, don't fucking do that.
That's a good point you bring up, though. How far is too far? And
dude,
especially I wonder what you think, Jobin, because, like, someone starts grabbing my balls while we're rolling. I think
terms.
That's too much.
Jobins, they have terms. These motherfuckers be doing oil changes and shit.
Oh, oil checks.
Oil checks.
Where you shove the thumb up their ass.
Yeah, and Tim's nasty ass. He goes, go ahead, shove a thumb up my ass. I'll pinch that sucker in there and then shove mine right back in there. And then, some of the other Jits guys, they're like, they're comparing thumbs. They go, well, I got the bigger thumb.
How would you, in a gi, it doesn't make as much sense. No gi would make more sense in gym shorts and something, but like an actual thick gi pants, I don't know how you'd oil check someone and get a thumb in there.
They're shoving the gi up there too.
The gym shorts, I could see you getting a thumb in still and being like, ow. But
I'm not like you, Bebo. I don't like that shit. So don't do that shit with me. I got up off of him. And he goes, anytime Schmidt gets on top of me now, I'm just going to grab his balls. It's like, dude, that's fucked up.
And he actually got a handful of your balls?
Yeah, and he probably noticed that it took his whole fucking hand.
That'd be weird. I just don't even imagine doing that in a roll. That's interesting.
Well, I might start landing some bows. You grab my balls, I land a fat bow. No, I'm just kidding. Bebo's going to watch us, and he's going to kick my ass in jiu-jitsu.
Hey, Bebo the ball grabber.
He's going to even probably show me that video of me going, kick my ass, and then he's going to, oh, yeah, Schmitty. I love you, Bebo. Brock's over there laughing because he knows I'm getting my ass beat. But, hey, I bring the fun to jiu-jitsu. That's what Schmitty loves to do. There's seriousness, but I also bring fun to it, baby.
Hey, if someone's grabbing my balls, I'm telling everybody. I'm being like, this person does that.
Yeah, Tim laughed. I go, Tim, this motherfucker's grabbing balls. Tim just laughed. Dude, last night's fights was a wild night of fights. Fucking sad that I missed the prelims and early prelims.
Right.
Dude, the fights were on so fucking early yesterday. It upset me. You were at work?
Yeah, I had to work until 1 o'clock. Then I come back and like you're already watching them, and then I just come into your room, and that was fun to watch.
It threw off the day though.
Right.
I like my routine.
You know what Brock was telling me? He said that the tickets there were like $40 at the cheapest. I was like, could you imagine going to a UFC event for $40?
It'd be nice. It'd be real nice. Now, dude, everyone's messaging me, Schmitty, the fucking tickets are so expensive for Sean's fight. I'm like, yeah, I know. But we got our fucking Airbnb booked.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's go. Oh, he's left me hanging.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. We're not going to drop the location, Jobins, but we got our Airbnb, we got our UFC tickets, and we got our fucking flights. It feels good, don't it?
Yeah, getting all of that taken care of, definitely.
Knowing that it's set, it's not going to get any more expensive the longer we wait. It's done. We should have got done a little earlier. We did procrastinate a little bit.
That's why I would recommend too, just as like the banker in me coming out, just always have like, enough in your savings, and also building your credit so you can have a credit card for trips like that too, just to make things, just in case any Jobins that are like, man, how do you afford trips like that? Or and if you go on multiple trips, how are you going to fund it? Just taking those steps could be a huge help. That's all I wanted to say on that.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Just rant your shit, dude. They love you. Jobins fucking love you.
Yeah. But you get travel points, cash back, and then pay off all that balance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Savings helps too. You guys got
We need to be sponsored by something like that from you.
That would be awesome.
Because you're really good at talking about that kind of shit. Look here, motherfuckers.
Yeah, hey, there's always a smart way to do things, so.
Yeah. Dude, but Lair Topuria last night.
Wow.
Dude, and then, of course, Josh Emmett's fucking heart, Jobins. I liked when John Anik was like, well, apparently his pain threshold is insane. Because, dude.
It's honestly so crazy because it's the featherweights that always are like the toughest. I swear. Think about this. Brian Ortega, featherweight. I seen that guy get butchered straight up. And it was like, he's still fighting. And then Max Holloway, another guy who can take more punishment than I've seen someone be able to take. Then you got Josh Emmett too now. It's like, geez, how many featherweights? It's like, you got to kill these guys.
Oh, yeah. One of the most fun to watch divisions of the sport. 100%. Top 3 for me. But, dude, Topuria last night, Jobins, his slick-ass boxing. I feel like it's more sharp than Dustin Poirier. Because that's what it was reminding me of. The way he rolls off the punches, dips, the way he throws a hook in. He'll take a shot to return a harder shot. Very slick. I thought last night, I'm like, we are seeing a champ contender, possible champ. I'm excited to see him fight anybody next.
My one concern, and I don't know, maybe it's just because of the fight and the game styles, is his grappling. Because, it wasn't as much of a mixed martial arts showing.
I think they canceled
as you would
each
think
other.
Because it was the boxing more.
Yeah.
Because I would like to see, I know
styles make matchups. I think styles make matchups on that one.
Different weight classes, but people that are like Merab or even Aljamain Sterling that are more grappling based. And then lightweight, even someone like Islam, those Dagestani wrestler type guys. I would like to see Ilir Topuria fight one of those guys too.
Yeah. I think Topuria's pretty well rounded. I would like to see it too because I watch him cancel some shit.
He did have a good takedown at the end in the 5th round.
Oh, he was beautiful.
And he still did beat him up there, but definitely took a lot of chances with Josh Emmett because you could always be in danger. That guy could be battered up like that and knock you out in the 5th round.
Oh, he was still throwing bricks. Josh was throwing bricks from fucking beginning to end.
Oh, my. And his ear, too, Jobins. I don't know if y'all saw that. It was like purple and black on the inside. Oh, my. It's gross.
Yeah. Topuria's now 14-0. Said he wants to wait. He'll either wait for the title shot or he'd fight Max Holloway. And then I'm like, damn. If I'm Zombie, dude, and I'm hearing people say that, like, oh, yeah, I want Max. When the motherfucker's lined up to fight me.
That's how good Max is.
I know, but I think that's how doubted Zombie is. Now I'm like, dude, if Zombie beat Max Holloway, it would be so fucking shocking. Everyone would be so shocked. Everyone's doubting zombies so much.
The only thing is, like, that they're both veterans, and Max Holloway has a storied career. Like, he's done so much stuff that if he got beat by the zombie, it would depend how he gets beat. If it's a close competitive fight that was, like, really good on both sides, it'd be like, oh, he was just kind of out of his prime or something.
I think we're in for a treat with that fight. I think Max and Zombies screams like Hall of Fame fight. That's what I think.
I think Ilir, Topuria, and Max would be so fun.
Oh,
especially because I'd be rooting for Max. Honestly, he's one of my favorites.
100%.
If he beat
Topuria,
yeah,
and then it would be like, dude, the levels to the game, Alex, Max,
and that's the only reason that like I really respect Alex is just because of how he was able to definitively put that trilogy to rest with Max. That's how good Alex is.
I always love the UFC when these big tough guys, even though he's not a like tall guy or anything, but he's like just fucking shredded and he's this big tough guy. And then they talk like this and it's like real. I love it. I'm like, damn, dude. You know what I mean? It just beats the odds, you know?
Who are you saying is that Ilir?
Yeah, dude.
You think he's got a...
Oh, yeah. I feel like that motherfucker should have like a, hey, what up, everybody? Like some deep ass, like, yeah, I'm here to fuck everyone up.
Is it because he's Spanish?
Yeah.
Like his Spanish accent?
100%. Dude, look at like Marlon Moraes.
Okay, well, that guy is kind of a tiny guy, though.
I know, but he's so jacked and like, and I would just expect like a little, yeah, here I am, but it's, hey, little money. And I'm like, I love it. I love it. It's the best. Some of the best things about the MMA.
That was a hell of a fight, though. Went all 5 rounds. Like,
you know who I'd like?
damn.
So I thought, for a second, Jobins, I thought Josh Emmett was going to retire the way the guy was taking off his gloves. DC was walking over. I think even DC kind of felt it, didn't you? So it'd be kind of like, man, at his age, that's a tough one.
And I mean,
that's a tough one.
How's Josh Emmett get the belt? That would be the question you'd have to ask.
I think he could be if he were to win 2 big, good fights, he could be right back there. And he's 30. How old? 38?
Yeah, he's up there. And it's just,
what if he's one of those dudes that's around till he's 42?
They got 5 rounds of game tape to watch, you know, like they've seen what this guy can do and can't do.
Yeah.
And he's an older dog, you know, like teaching him all those new tricks now.
I know. And dude, Topuria's fucking jab, dude. That jab just kept meeting in there, like GSP type shit.
Dude, at least he started doing leg kicks later on. Because
I know.
We were just like, dude, you're only going head hunting.
I'm screaming. I'm like, dude, throw fucking leg kick. And then sure enough, he started doing it.
Yeah, give him something to react to and differently.
He heard me. But you're right. You're absolutely right. You know who I'd like to see Josh Emmett fight next? But I know it's really tough. But it's a fight that gets him back.
Who is it?
Let me know in the comments, Jobins. I don't think Brian Ortega has a fight lined up. But T-City. Josh Emmett versus T-City. Brian Ortega is also on a 2-fight losing streak as well. What do you think?
Submission round 1, Brian Ortega.
Damn. That's probably what a lot of people would think, but I don't know.
Yeah, Josh Emmett knocks him out.
It'd be crazy, dude. I like the fight. I think it'd be a really fun fight.
Dude, I just hope his stand-up's good. I think Brian Ortega might even be able to piece up. That would be crazy if it was forced like that. That's a good fight. I do like that one.
Yeah, right?
That's more interesting than I think people would realize.
Right? And who knows? Maybe Brian would take him down in just like 3rd, 4th round and just fucking rear naked him because Brian is really good.
Brian's the closest to beating Alex.
Yeah.
Unless you count Islam, but I mean.
One of the scariest moments when Alex wasn't tapping and then he just got out of it.
That is it's so crazy. I can't even imagine like surviving that.
Right? And not going out. It's crazy shit.
Championship.
Macy Barber and Amanda Ribas. My girl.
What a fight. You know, it's so crazy because of like how we were talking about women fighting and a lot of heat on that. And then to see such a fight like that was like man or woman, you know, fighting. That was some crazy shit. That's like fight of the night contender, huh? I know. That's why I said, I'm like, if this was a guy fight, people would be talking about it more. Because it makes me so sad, the women. Dude, right now, the women's flyweight, it's on fire. Dude, Macy's on an incredible 5-fight win streak. The last time she lost, I wrote down here. Last time she lost was in February 2021 to the current champ, right? Who's the current champ again?
Alexa Grasso.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was right. She had that amazing fight against
Now
Valentina.
she's on a 5-fight, really impressive win streak. Ready? Miranda Ravrick, Montana De La Rosa, Jessica I, Andrea Lee, and now Amanda.
Yeah, that's good.
But, dude, Jobins, this is how stacked this division is right now. I wrote this shit down. Women's flyweights. Champ, Alexa, right? 1, Valentina Shevchenko. 2, Manon.
Manon Fiorot, the French fighter,
I always
right?
fucking say her last name wrong. I'm so sorry. Yeah. 3, Talia Santos. 4, Erin Blanchfield. 5, Jessica Andrade. 6, Caitlin, which her new name, Serminera.
But it used to be Chukagian.
Yeah. Lauren Murphy, number 7. 8, Jennifer Maya. 9, was Amanda Ribas. 10, Vivian Arujo. That chick, that badass chick. And then, dude, look, Jobins, right now, Manon's on an 11-fight win streak, 6 wins by KO, 6 first-round finishes. Erin Blanchfield's on an 8-fight win streak.
That's the future champ right there.
2 KOs, 4 subs. Fucking Jessica Andrade, the pit bull of the weight class. She, 9 wins by
Tough
KO,
fights.
8 subs, 11 first-round finishes. Another pit bull, Jennifer Maya, she's on a 2-fight win streak now, 4 KOs, 5 subs, 6 first-round finishes. The weight class is on fire.
Erin Blanchfield's going to be the future champ of that weight class. She's been looking good.
There's going to be a lot of good fun fights coming up in this division, I think.
And
I truly do.
That fight yesterday was bloody, too.
Dude,
My
it was...
God.
What makes me upset, it was like I felt like I could see Amanda's mistakes. I was like, why did she do that? Why did she clinch up? Why did she go to the ground?
But you know what? It's to me, it's like when she got hurt and then went for that takedown and then just got beat up there. It was like, well, would it have been worse for her to stay standing? What if she would have got knocked out on her feet? I don't know which was more dangerous for her. So maybe it wasn't a stupid decision.
No, I'm not saying it was stupid, and I'm not a fighter.
It looked that way as just like a casual viewer watching. It kind of looked stupid just to get hit like that and then go for a takedown. You're on your back getting your ass beat.
Macy, fucking chin down, swinging, dude. And I think that fucking got my girl. When you're giving it to somebody and they just duck that chin down and they're swinging and getting rolled and it's laying, and then that fucking head kick. That's like the most beautiful head kick. Anytime you watch a highlight of that head kick, it's that same shit. The same motions, people falling for it and getting it so beautifully. Like, dude, it's insane. And she ate that shit, but fucked her up. Ugh. Macy, hats off to Macy Barber. I know a lot of the Jobins don't like her, and Sean and Warlike and all. We always kind of give Macy Barber some shit, but I'm giving her flowers because she's looked really impressive. I'm really interested to see her fight anybody in the top 10.
I'll just say one last thing on that too is just like when she. I agree that it was like fight of the night, but it just turns me off when fighters say like, that's fight of the night performance right there, right? Yeah. And it's just like, your performance already speaks for itself. Don't say shit like that.
Yep. That's what, she said some dumb shit about Sean that pissed us all off. Pissed me off back. It was a few years ago.
Oh, yeah.
She said some dumb shit. And it's like, bitch, that's the Dana White Contender Series fucking dad right there. You're welcome. You know what I mean? Show could have failed. You wouldn't even.
Oh, 100%.
Who knows?
Good shit, though. Good job for her. And let's see who she fights next. Because, like you said, it's a stacked division.
It's on fire right now. Neil Magny. I think it was 14 wins now by decision. Most in UFC history. Why do you think that is? Why do you think? And I'm like, man, dude, Neil Magny fights anybody and everybody.
He just loses the bigger fights.
I think he might be one of the most calculated UFC fighters, the way he fights. What do you think?
I feel like he's a great fighter, but he's not like exceptional. He's not a top 5 guy.
Dude, the most judges have gone his way more than anybody in the entire UFC. I'm sure someone else is right there next to him, but
he's had a lot of fights.
Yeah. Neil Magny, you're that guy. I'd be proud of that stat.
Like when he fought Gilbert Burns, though, I had no fear that Gilbert was gonna lose. You know?
Neil's probably got to be up there with Octagon time, with that many decisions. He's got to be up there with Frankie and whoever else has it. I forget who else has it now. Put it in the comments. I forget off the top of the dome. But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting.
Damn. What about the poke that happened, dude. I feel so bad for Justin Taffa.
Yeah, that was one of the fucking gross eye pokes I've ever seen. 30 seconds into the fight?
Austin Lane, and they were heavyweights, and then he poked him. And
there was some conflict there in the cage, too, and I don't know what happened. The team got mad at the other guy, the guy who poked him. I think the guy, it's like, was he trying to be like, tough it out? I don't know.
I just hated the call for it to be a no. Like, well, no, the no contest is fine, but I feel like UFC has to do something for the fighters that get poked. Like, give them some kind of win bonus or something, like a compensation. Hey, what if the fucker can't see ever again in that eye? And it's like, you don't get anything. It's a no contest.
Dude,
it's an accident. Yeah, I know it's an accident, but this accident's changed my whole life. That's the kind of shit that is like there should be accidental coverage or some kind of money compensation for something so awful to happen.
Oh, 100%.
And it's not Austin Lane's fault either, because, dude, at first I was like, oh, fuck Austin Lane. Because, like, oh, man, he poked this guy and it could ruin his career. But, like, when Justin Taffa was like, oh, that's a DQ, Austin Lane responded with a tweet back, and he was like, I apologize, brother, and I just hope your eye's okay, and something like that. And I was like, oh, it's not the fighter's fault. You know, it's unfortunate.
I think as a fan, we get upset because we're robbed of the fight. We know the fighters are 100% upset because their fight's fucked.
You go through a camp and then you get poked like that?
Dude, no fighter wants to poke another fighter in the eye.
Yeah.
When Sean poked Pedro,
you got the Pedro, right?
Yeah, my bad. They all kind of blend.
Yeah, no, it's just shitty when it happens.
Yeah. And it's frustrating for both partners. You could see it in the one guy who did it. He was like, fuck, when they read it. And then it showed the heart in the other guy because he was mad too. He wanted to keep fighting. Like, that's the lion in these fighters. Me and you, I'd be like, ah!
I can't see.
I can't see. This dude wanted to keep fighting.
That's true.
What the fuck?
Warriors,
dude. Different
breed.
Blood, different breed, different cloth. Because, no, I ain't fighting. I ain't thinking about this. And it got worse. Yeah, you're right, dude. That was disturbing.
Yeah. Hey, good luck to both those fighters. I hope Justin Taffa is okay. Just accidents happen. So
God, that would freak me the fuck out, too. Because it's like eyes, to me, are the most important. Like, seeing is living. If you can't, like, I feel really bad for blind people, dude.
Oh, my gosh.
I feel like
anyone robbed of any sense. Yeah. Right?
I'm already half deaf, Jobins. If you don't know my life or anything, I've said it in pods before. I've had 11 ear surgeries my whole life. I'm basically fucking deaf. And I would much rather be deaf than blind because they're both horrifying. I would hate to not be able to hear something and have to rely on subtitles and not hear sounds.
Music.
The sound of, like, if you have a baby, your firstborn, and you can't hear your baby. I can't imagine. I'm very grateful for the hearing I do have. But I would just rather be deaf than blind. Being blind scares the fuck out of me.
Yeah, because then you can't even, like, move easier. Yeah, right.
Yeah, dude. It's one of the scariest things. I'm sorry to anyone who's blind and has to deal with it. You're a fucking legend.
Legends.
That would be cool if dude, what if that got saved by the Neuralink thing?
That could totally happen.
And people could see. I would love to be with them to see their reactions. Do you think they'd be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Or it'd be interesting to, like, someone that was born blind to have vision, to see what they were, if they were like, wow, I was pretty close to what I imagined, or if they're like, wow, totally different.
Or what if they're terrified? Ah! You know what I mean? Dude, we can't imagine not ever knowing what anything looks like. But you can feel it. So imagine if you feel like you could picture it, right? Whew.
Being blind in itself would just be scary. I think having vision, it would be less scary for them than the life they have, where it's like someone would be like, I'm coming for you, and it'd be like, you hear the direction, but damn, you don't know how, like, it'd be so, shout out to people that don't have all their senses.
Dude, if Elon can fix that shit and everyone gets their senses, if I can hear correctly, and I'm like, I can hear a pin drop.
See, but the thing is, it's going to be like, people are going to be getting older and stuff too, and like being able to live forever with that kind of shit. It's craziness. That's just
That's just another dark hole.
Damn. Dude, I did want to, could you imagine Jobins, if there was like a United States force of 20 or like 25,000 marching to DC? Because that's what's going on. That was in Moscow, bro. Yevgeny Prigozhin. He's the head of Russia's Wagner mercenary group. Technically, mercenary groups are illegal in Russia, but they have a headquarters established in St. Petersburg as an official company.
So if they go down, they're dying. If they go down, they go down.
Mm-hmm. They started in 2014 in Ukraine and like South Africa. 5,000 private mercenaries from like special forces, ex-military. Now there's 50,000 estimated members of the Wagner group. This is a mercenary group that does all this fighting, human rights violations. They've been seen torturing people. Like, it's insane.
Oh, well, that's just a button. Have your 50,000. That's just a click. That's just a, and then they just press a button.
80%.
No more 50,000.
80% of the fighters that they deployed in Ukraine were drawn from Russian prisons.
So these are scary guys.
These are some scary guys. And it's just like...
This is like Ghost of Mars type shit.
And this guy was like the leader, Yevgeny. He was like, we were being undersupplied in Ukraine by the defense minister of Russia. So they were going to storm Moscow, but Putin was so pissed. And apparently like they were able to reach some kind of agreement. But I was like, could you imagine if
these guys are going, you're not supplying us and we need the supplies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's some fucking...
And they've apparently lost like tens of thousands of people.
Of the Russian people?
Yeah.
So these mercenaries are not losing. These mercenaries are just...
No, they're the ones that are losing. They're having casualties as well.
Oh, okay.
And the Ukrainians are like happy to see this like infighting that's going on.
Well, yeah, they're the ones who got attacked by Russia, and then all of a sudden Russia's starting to fight each other. I'd be fucking celebrating too.
Can you blame the defense minister for undersupplying? Because 80% of them are prison inmates that they probably already look down upon, like the normal soldiers. But then this guy's like, nah, fuck that. Like,
yeah, I don't want everyone. Now is not the time to be over there.
Yeah, but that's apparently stopped now, and that's not happening anymore. But and then his story, because I was just going down this rabbit hole, Jobins. Yevgeny Prigozhin, the guy that's the leader of the group, he was an ex-convict for like robbery or something himself back in like 1998. Then he got released. Then he owned a restaurant that Putin went to, and he became known as Putin's chef. And now look at the future. This guy's leading a group of 50,000. 80% of them are fucking Russian convicts. That it is, yeah. I don't want to be over there. That's some scary ass shit.
I saw Logan Paul post that he was over in Russia. I was like, dude, there ain't no fucking way I'd be in Russia right now. I'm sorry if that's. I'm sorry, Jobins. I hope that's not racist, but just right now, if there's conflict with any kind of country, I'm not going there.
It's interesting to think because of the news that we get and everything.
I know what's real.
What do we do on the United? Do we have a private army like that where there's like 50,000 fighters that aren't technically with the U.S. but are like doing what the U.S. wants them to do?
See, to me, dude, the propaganda and the news and everything, like that video Joe Rogan shared where everybody was saying the same shit in the news. It was freaky. It was like, okay, so there is an agenda, there is a thing. And then so I've always kind of thought, I'm like, man, everyone just fucking hates us. Who knows? Do we even really know the truth of like what's being told to us compared to everybody else, right? I met this guy from Romania.
Okay.
In Tim's gym. Had a real nice conversation with him. This is one thing I love about JIT stories, Jobins. And what I'm seeing, the more I'm at Tim's gym and the more I talk to people, the more, you know how people travel to go to gyms? This guy came from Romania to go on a certain amount of time trip to go all around the United States and train with all the best JITS people. You know what?
Badass.
Yeah, you know what everyone back at home was telling him?
You're crazy.
You're crazy and stupid. Why would you do this? Why would you go to America? His parents had never been to America. Everyone was calling him stupid. He just did it on a whim, like had barely any money, but he just knew he had to do it. And he's telling me he's so happy he did it. He says he loves Americans because everyone was willing to help him with anything he needed. He started training with the Gracies, and one of the gym owners at the Gracie gym let him stay at his place for $200 a month. Real cheap, like super dirt cheap. That
is awesome.
Just to help the guy. You know what I mean? So he said, I love Americans. You guys you do anything to help anybody. He goes, I can't wait to go back and tell people Like, dude, I'm like, damn, dude, your story is lit as fuck. I go, if you ever come back, we're getting you on the pod.
Dude, shout out to that coach for doing that for $200 because he's probably just like respecting this badass Romanian guy coming out, going across the country. He's like, that guy's pursuing his passion, and his passion aligns with mine.
Right.
Like, let's get this guy a little bit of a hookup on a deal. The Jits community, that's just fire.
It's the best.
Legendary story.
It is. All the Jits people. Shout out to all you Jits people. We love you guys.
Yeah, that's just so cool. That's a cool story, bro.
Right? Well, just kind of because I've felt like, man, I told them like, dude, that makes me feel good because I kind of felt like everyone hates us. You know.
Oh.
I just feel like everyone hates America. You know, but I know I'm completely wrong on that, Jobins, because we got a lot of fans outside of America. And shout out to all you guys.
It feels like you know how you're saying everyone hates us, or do Americans just hate them like each other that much?
Ourselves.
Each other.
America hates
it feels
themselves.
so divisive all the time.
Right? I know. That's why I got into a hot debate with Mikey all the way up to Tim's last night. We're talking. I'm like, dude, just imagine if like we all quit fighting each other, and if we all just came together to keep the earth healthy and to get further in technology, because eventually one day this shit's gonna end. I'm kind of on Elon Musk, you know, with Elon Musk, like in Star Wars type shit. We gotta expand by going out. One day this shit's gonna get swallowed. I know it's millions and whatever. How long humans will even be around? Who fucking knows? It's a crazy long topic, but it's just something I kind of believe in.
Dude, honestly, I feel like the political system definitely needs to change because it feels like the Republicans and the Democrats both are not supporting the people. Because if you, the impeachment process itself, it's like, oh, we got an impeachment on Trump. Oh, we got an impeachment on Biden. And it was like, oh, well, because this impeachment, you can't do ours. It's like, hey, how about you do both investigations, assholes, and let the people know everything that's going on. Oh, the defense against the Biden one, they were like, oh, we don't want to do the Biden impeachment because it's clearly just a showing that the extreme Republicans are doing because of the Trump impeachment. It's like, well, maybe that's the case, but we should all see the investigations of both Trump and Biden, okay? I don't want to hear you stonewalling all this bullshit.
I agree.
What are you guys hiding? All of you. There's a 14-year IRS veteran named Gary Shapley who said the Department of Justice was freaking... or stopping an investigation into Hunter Biden's tax evasion and everything. The guy does a guilty plea, and it's like 2 misdemeanor tax things. It's like, what would happen to a normal ass person?
There you go.
I'm not saying I'm not pro Biden or pro Trump. I'm just saying there's legal shit that is going on in the political system, insider trading, all this.
Yes, sir.
That was a rant because it pisses me off,
baby.
man.
Let's go, baby.
It's just, Jobins, I don't know how you feel about all this stuff, and I'm
fuck
not
the
getting
system,
political,
baby.
but fuck the system.
Fuck the system, baby. Let's burn this motherfucker down. Let's be like...
Shout out IRS whistleblower Gary Shapley for speaking his truth, because the Department of Justice shouldn't be a squad that's out there to protect motherfuckers.
Let's be like Anthony Anderson from Harold and Kumar. Let's burn this motherfucker down. Let's burn this motherfucker. We just start tearing shit down. That's where we're at. All right, no more political shit. People are getting fucking probably fast forward. I love talking political shit.
It got me all heated up.
I know, you got me
passionate.
fired up. I want to be like, fuck the fucking industry, baby.
I'm people first all day.
100p. And we don't have that.
That's how it feels.
Yeah. That's why, well, I guess we'll go to this real quick. Jobins. New movie coming out that I'm really excited for because it's kind of on that shit. Where the fuck did I write it? Oh, there it is. There it is. All right. So it's called Dumb Money. Watch the trailer, Jobins. I'm super excited for this. The fucking cast is crazy. You got Paul Dano, Seth Rogen, Pete Davidson, your girl, Shailene Woodley.
Shailene Woodley, shout out Divergent series.
Yeah, you love her. Sebastian Stan. Vincent D'Onofrio.
Oh, no shit. From Full Metal Jacket, from Daredevil. He's been in so much stuff. Yeah. That guy's a legendary actor.
And Dane DeHaan. Haven't seen him in a minute.
I don't remember. I have heard the name.
Dane DeHaan.
What else is he?
Green Goblin from the shitty Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. He's a younger kid too. Then.
Yeah. Sorry, Andrew Garfield. I just didn't like that one. But yeah, director Greg Gillespie. He did The Finest Hours. I, Tonya. He did. I didn't see Cruella, but he did Pam and Tommy, which makes sense because you got Seth. Yeah, you got Seth Rogen, Sebastian Stan, and Nick Offerman all back together, who were all in that. Mm-hmm. And he did 4 episodes of that the Hulu Mike show you watched. He did 4 of the episodes for that.
Interesting.
Yeah. But Jobins, Steve Cohen is played by Vincent, the guy from
Vincent D'Onofrio from Daredevil is the newest recent one.
Steve Cohen is a hedge fund.
Hedge fund. You got it. Hedge fund.
Jesus Christ, Schmidt.
You got it. You got that.
Get your shit together, dude. Hedge fund CEO. His net worth is $12 billion. Mm-hmm. 12 fucking billion. Gabe Plotkin, played by Seth Rogen, another hedge fund CEO, net worth $400 million. And then Ken Griffith, played by Nick Offerman. Mm-hmm. He's a hedge fund CEO. His net worth $29 billion. That's fucking crazy, dude. What I love, and then you got Paul Dano playing the guy Keith Gill, and then you got Pete Davidson playing his brother Kevin Gill. These guys, those are the guys that just. He went on. What I love about this story is 70,000 people saw the video that he posted talking about GameStop. This is
awesome.
Yeah, dude, just think about that though. Just with that small amount of influence, how big of an impact it had.
In the Wall Street bets also, and like even our boy Danny back in St. Louis, who was all on that.
Oh, he was telling us, he was like, guys, get into GameStop, and he made a good penny.
And that's awesome that he made money, and all the people, and dude.
Giving it back to the man.
I looked at it, Jobins. Before 2019, the stock is worth like, $5 at best.
Oh, yeah.
And then it goes all the way up to like $80 a share. Now it's still at like 24. So you'd still be net positive if you bought it before that big spike happened.
Yep. I love these types of movies that are coming out. It's like Christian Bale's movie.
Love that movie. You're talking The Big Short.
The Big Short. I love these kind of movies, Jobins. And I love the fucking cast. The cast. I love Paul Dano. I've always been a huge Paul Dano fan. Mm-hmm. And to see him finally get some love with a great cast, I can't wait.
I loved it. I loved the trailer. Got me so pumped because it does relate to what we were talking about.
Yeah,
like
giving it back to the man, like
to the people.
Yeah, and that's what I loved in Paul Dano's speech. And he's like, it's not meant for the little man. The little man never wins.
Mm-hmm. But it was originally designed for that purpose.
Yeah, and maybe now we will. I was like, oh.
And instead, you got these asshole hedge funds, making all the dough.
Yeah. So I can't wait for that. That's going to be exciting. The Idol review.
Ooh. The HBO, right?
Yeah, I only showed you the first episode. I've seen all 3. And let me tell you, Jobins, I didn't think turning on the Idol. I didn't know anything. My coworkers were talking about it. I'm like, okay, I'll tune in. Everyone's freaking out because it's the weekend show. Okay. Mm-hmm. I did not expect what I was turning on. That is a softcore porno show, dude. That show is crazy dark. I do enjoy The Weeknd's performance.
Dude, The Weeknd, if you think you're cool ever, just like watch The Weeknd and be like, wow, I'm not very cool.
You're not The Weeknd.
That's cool. You're not The Weeknd.
Who's cooler, Drake or The Weeknd?
The Weeknd is the coolest man on the planet. He's the coolest man on the planet.
The Weeknd beats Drake.
Only The Weeknd could pull off a rat tail and still get bitches.
Yeah, you're like, he looks so greasy in this show. He looks so greasy. I'm like, dude, he looks like a fucking pimp. Like, you can just look at a bitch and they getting wet.
And you got to think, he's got to seen his ladies.
Yeah. But no, dude, I like the Jobins. The show is really good. It's a perspective on the girls.
The industry.
Yeah, and how fucked it is. And it's really good so far. Kind of reminds me of... I would just totally...
Californication was a good show I used to love.
Kind of like that?
Kind of gives me those vibes because it's in that insider viewpoint or perspective.
Yeah. I never had something leave my mind so quickly. Entourage.
Was that the one you were thinking?
No.
Because that's another one that's in that same famous celebrity industry like that.
Yeah. Showgirls. Thank you.
Oh, because of the nudity, I guess?
Well, no, but that movie's got an insane amount of nudity. But it was kind of from her eyes of how like crazy the fucking showbiz is for the girls. Mm-hmm. Showgirls.
Shout out to the beautiful like leading lady too, because that's like a really self-reflective role to have.
Tough.
Because it's like, wow, it's part of it's real and is me.
Kind of like
Eminem on 8 Mile.
Well, Evan Peters in when he had to play Dahmer. You had to go.
Whoa.
She's got to go to a dark place for her character. She's got to go to a dark mental space for that character. Every time. Like Euphoria with, what's her name? Which everyone's freaking out now. Euphoria. Yeah, everyone's giving Tom shit because the new trailer for the season's got Zendaya getting fucking macked on by 2 dudes. It's like, oh, she's about to have a 3-way. And so now everyone's fucking hopping on. It's like it's acting.
Yeah, and come on. You don't think Tom could get any girl he wanted?
Yeah,
he's Spider-Man.
You don't think my boy Tom doesn't have stoicism? He understands that's acting? That's his girl.
We can't assume all these performers and actors. What if he doesn't?
No, my Tom. Nope, not my Spider. Not my great Spider-Man.
He'd be speaking
right
British.
He's got
Zendaya, you slut.
But yeah, I like it, Jobins. What do you guys? Let me know in the comments what you think. We saw Asteroid City last night. Give me your review on that.
Yeah, we went and saw Asteroid City last night with Wes Anderson. A lot of famous people in it.
Huge cast.
Willem Dafoe, Adrian Brody, Jason Schwartzman. It goes on and on. Tom Hanks.
I love his movies and styles because of those, like this huge cast, and each character just has like a little small role that they stick to and have like come back to. I love that shit.
Mm-hmm. And Wes Anderson is very Wes Anderson-y. Like
one of the most Wes Anderson films I've ever seen. And it was cool too because with the special effects, dude, I didn't know what the fuck was like a miniature set and what was real. The way he was making that shit. I'm telling you, dude, I think most of the shit in the background and like parts of the sets were miniature sets. Just made to look. It had to have been because he was being there was a lot of creative output in that movie.
A creative output, like you're saying. And I honestly think that Wes Anderson, he makes movies so that like film teachers teach and like show his movie in class.
You can sit down and have a debate about that film. What it was, what the meaning was.
Ooh. The whole movie itself being a metaphor.
Yeah. I really enjoyed Scarlett Johansson's and Jason
Schwartzman.
Right? I really enjoyed their duo. We're not going to spoil anything, Jobins.
I even like Tom Hanks in it too.
Yeah. Yeah, his character is just kind of weird though.
I like the scene where he does freak out.
Yeah, like Homer on Bart.
Like he wanted to.
And there's this one cool scene because the whole thing's in Asteroid City where like nukes are going off and shit. And what I liked about this was he kind of brought back his the one stop motion for the nuke going off in the background. It was almost like Isle of Dogs and
there's that it's definitely like escapism like
yeah, like his special effects for the movie were like the Isle of Dogs special effects.
And it was like purposely like, whoa, it's like on a stage.
Yeah.
Like a set.
Like a play.
And like what is the background real?
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, it's on purpose that way.
You know who else I really enjoyed in the movie? Adrian Brody.
Well, he did pretty good.
I loved his character. I just loved his point, like that part. I don't want to spoil anything, Jobins, but there's like that view of the movie was my favorite part because, and I liked how your girl was she was like at the end of the movie, she's like, I'm having a hard time putting this together, and then I thought we had a fun conversation about it of like figuring it out. When you're a movie, that's one of my favorite parts about movies is when you go see a movie like that, and then you're all discussing what you think what you took in. And compared to what it might actually be, some of the best movies.
Yeah. What would you rate it out of 10? Like a 1 out of 10?
1 out of 10? I would give that one a solid 7.6.
Wow. That's actually really impressive, bro. You have really low ratings a lot of times.
Yeah. And
so 7.6. Good shit, Wes.
Yeah. I think that was a solid 7.6. And mainly because of the writing was really well. The creativeness was insane. The shot. So there was only, I think there was only one time the shot broke, maybe two, which that's art. That was an art movie. It was a movie of art.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And then the cast was great. The story and how we interpret it is like pretty Wes Anderson. You know what I mean? So I enjoyed the story. 7.6.
Man, I can't go that high just because I don't want to watch it again.
Could you be honest?
I would watch Extraction 2 another 5 times.
Did you have a hard time following
No,
it?
I had to explain a lot of stuff. I understood.
After we talked or during?
No, during.
After we talked or during?
During.
Okay.
I had to explain it to the girl of like what was going on and the play within a play and like.
Hey. We'll try not to spoil.
Well, you're acting like I don't understand the movie, trying to antagonize me a little bit on my rating here. I'd give it a 6.9.
Okay.
Just because the watchability again for me, it's like I appreciate what Wes Anderson does, and it's his image, his authorship. Like he's a creative director with his creative output, like you're saying,
Yeah.
very unique style. That's awesome. Not for me. I'm Extraction 2. I could watch Extraction 2 again today. I could watch Avatar: The Way of Water again today.
See, no.
That was so good because you were editing and you had it on in the room.
I tried.
And I was hooked again. That's a good movie to me. That's what brings it over a 7. If it's on the TV out here and I could just sit down and like be like, wow, I'm like into this again. That's how good Avatar was again watching. But not Asteroid City. Not Asteroid City. Not for me. 6.9.
I respect. I respect. Here, let's go.
The submarine implosion I wanted to bring up because James Cameron was talking about it. You know, the motherfucker's been in the Mariana Trench. He's been deeper than they were when they imploded. Like, and he had such respect on the interview that he was on, and he was like, look,
I feel like we're late on this, and everyone's like, I feel like this is one of those topics where it's like it's been everywhere, and it's real weird. When I first saw it, I was like, is this gonna be a story that just blows up?
Ooh, pun intended.
Oh fuck! I didn't mean to say it like that either. Fuck. I really didn't mean that either. Now I feel I gotta cut that out.
No, it stays.
I just thought I was like, man, this seems like this is gonna take over because it was such a crazy story, and then it had the unwinding days of just piecing it together, and then the news we were given. It was pretty. That whole shit's just crazy.
James Cameron said as soon as he heard that like the communications was out, he knew they imploded.
He knew that
he was like, he said I could even imagine the wreckage. And he was like, when you're diving like that, there's so many other things to be concerned about when in a submarine. The last thing, I've been in several deep dives, and we've never once had the thought that the structural integrity of the hull was compromised. This fucking submarine that was experimental, made by this guy, had like bonded with 3 different materials on there. Like, it was like inevitable that shit was gonna happen. Basically, it's kind of how James Cameron was saying it.
Yeah. That's that fucking. It's crazy when people are so rich that they want to do extreme exploring like that. There's a name for it.
Dude. And then on top of that, I watched another interview because I was down that rabbit hole where this guy and his son were being interviewed about being approached to be on this submarine.
And they didn't
do it. Like, the
it.
guy that did it actually flew over to talk to them. And he was like, I knew not to do it because I'd been a pilot my whole life. That's what the dad was saying. And he was like, and the guy met me on an experimental airplane. He's like, I would never get in an experimental aircraft ever. And I've been in like the flight industry my whole career. And it's like, and now he's asking me to get on an experimental submarine.
Yeah.
And then it gets replaced. That father and that son, they say, no, we're not doing it. Gets replaced by another father and son. And then like it was so eerie because of the comparisons, like the father and the son age. Like the son that didn't go on it was 20 years old. The son that did go on, it's like 19.
Yeah.
Think about being the one that got off the submarine.
I feel bad, dude. Like, that's that guy. And then they showed pictures of the whole set of like their whole area, and it just did not look fucking clean or organized, and it just kind of seemed like a fucking giant mess. Again, the guy was cutting corners, but that takes a certain set of balls to know that you could, every time you go down there, there's a good chance I'm gonna die. But then it's stupid because it's like, why are we paying $250,000 to go see a fucking wrecked ship? And I feel like the Titanic should just be left alone.
don't respect it, huh?
Yeah, like they're dead. But then again, like that's just who we are as humans. We like to explore.
Discover.
And the fact that more people have been up in space and down where they were is absurd. Is so insane to me. You know, like how come maybe this guy was trying to be the front runner of the technology. Maybe this was just the very beginning of something. You know, but his ass was just too eager and too excited to get it going. If you're not getting licensed, and these companies that are supposed to go through and check you off, and they're going, no, dude, like, well, and you're not getting it, but then you're still trying your hard. It's like,
and that's exactly what happened too.
Yeah, dude, that's just that. Like, We wanted to go to the moon. We went to the fucking moon.
James Cameron brought that up too. He was like, it wasn't even like the submarine wasn't certified.
I know.
By like the official people that look into that.
That's what I'm saying. It's like either extremely like, how stupid are you?
Arrogance.
Yeah, dude. But then it's like, man, so that's what life's like when you're a billionaire and you've done it all, and your enjoyment now is to risk your life seeing the craziest shit that this universe has to offer.
Mm-hmm. And that's it too. It's like, if you're accepting those risks, that's one thing, and that's okay. I can admire that and respect that. Yeah. By all means, do you. If you die early, but your risk assessment, that's what you're doing. But don't bring other people into it. That
poor 19-year-old fucking kid, dude.
Yeah. It's like, why couldn't you just do this? I know he couldn't do the trip by himself probably because he needs funding for the projects and everything. But like, to bring those people on board, it's like, if it was just himself, I wouldn't have any issue with it. But there was people on it that had families too.
Yeah. The whole thing was dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And then, dude, I get scared, Jobins, because the first couple days I'm like, dude, what if, like, if this thing's so shitty and any little pinhole of a thing could cause a catastrophe, I'm like, what if there's a giant squid down there? I'm like, I'm not smart with science or anything, but what if there's something down there that just checked you out? The damn thing looked like a fish. Everything we make, airplanes look like birds. Everything in the fucking sea looks like whales or ships.
Less in space than less in the ocean than in space, right?
Yeah.
With Discovery, who knows what the hell?
Dude, we don't even, who knows what happened? What if a giant squid just like latched onto him and fucked it up and then it imploded? Fucking squid darted the fuck off.
I know. Wouldn't that be so sad? And the guy like did everything. He was like, I know this submarine's going to hold intact, but then like a crazy sea monster.
Well, he went down one time and got stuck, and they thought they were screwed. But he fucking stayed cool, calm, collected, and wiggled and got out. I'm like, fuck.
Rest in peace to all the people involved in that. It's just so crazy.
That's that type of shit that, like, if that would have been successful, right? This company keep going down. There's just someone always fucks it up. So eventually, that guy got stuck, right, on the Titanic. If that shit would have kept going, Petrie, seeing another piece of ass.
Petrie! You know what the whole thing reminds me of a lot that we just talked about was in Lake Tahoe, the Donner Pass.
Yeah.
It gives me those vibes of, like, people that are doing it for the first time.
Yeah.
Like pioneers.
Yeah.
Like, he was a pioneer in the diving industry in a way.
Yeah. Pete, calm down.
Mm-hmm. Little old dog.
Come here and calm down. But no, like, say that shit would have kept going, there would have been regulations like, oh yeah, we can only get this close to the Titanic, guys. Oh, why? Oh, well, because one time someone got stuck and fucking died because they got too close. Like that risky shit that they're doing, like not staying safe.
Then they find gold down there, and they're like, okay, everyone's going down now.
And then they're saying that they heard banging, and then they release the sounds of the banging. What the fuck was that? If they died Sunday, we hear banging too. What the fuck was that?
Yo, I'm a little bit into the spiritual shit. What if it was ghosts? Fuck,
yeah,
it's the Titanic. You said leave that shit alone.
Dude, the internet won. So many, and then, we can't, it's not good to make fun of the dead.
Oh, God, no.
I would never wish that fucking death on anybody.
No.
I can't even imagine. I'm hoping, because I read online, I saw this video of the one, like, whatever it's called, like, atmospheric pressure, like what it does to a tank at 1.
Right.
And it's crazy. It's just like a soda can. And the water pressure at 12,500 feet where the Titanic sits is 400 atmospheric per inch.
Wow.
That's 6,000 pounds per inch. That was a fucking bomb, dude. Like, I just really hope they didn't feel anything. I'm hoping, maybe it was a little hole in the thing and they're on their way or they saw it and they're doing their thing and then,
quick
and gone. That's what I hope happened, because before we even knew that, like, they were still searching for him, I'm panicking. I'm like, dude, I can't imagine being in there for a few days with 4 people, and how do you sleep? How do you shit? How do you not panic and become claustrophobic? And
And you brought it up too. Like, could you imagine, like, when you said this, it just hit me. It was like, could you imagine being that dad and then, like, the son's like, Dad, are we gonna die?
Oh, I know. There were so many horrible thoughts going through my mind. And then even if they did come up and they're just bobbing on top of the ocean somewhere, the race against time. That was some crazy shit. And then you got the conspiracy people going on like, oh, this is a big cover-up. There's all a big cover-up. And then some people are going now, they're like, oh, it didn't even happen. Holy shit, we're great.
Respect to the families too. It's a media circus, so it's like I
know,
only
and
imagine.
that's why I was like, man, do we even talk about it on the pod? Because it's been
Hey, we're
part
part of
our
that.
throats.
We're part of that industry too, and I say we
Yeah.
got to talk about it because it's relevant, and it's like it's a timestamp on everything. That's human history. That's Donner Pass level infamy.
Well, prayers to the families who are suffering without their loved ones, and
exactly.
prayer to the people who have passed, and hopefully it didn't feel a fucking thing. I can't imagine what that. You know what I mean? Yeah, that whole thing's fucking crazy. What else we got before we get out of here?
Just a lot of crazy shit.
I think I had one more thing. Pretty sure I had one more thing.
That's all I.
Is that all we had? Is that it for the BrendenSchmitty Show for the day?
Oh, there's this fun game called Honeyball that we played
in
at Tim's backyard within the cornhole and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Shannon actually beat Danny and Mariah. That was
damn.
Cool. It was 3-2. Let's go.
Shit. Good shit. Fucking me and Mikey fucking dominated everybody in cornhole. Yeah, champs. I think we were the underdogs. Everyone doubted us. We weren't even looked at to win, like Kevin Gaslam in The Ultimate Fighter, and we were champs. So shout out Mikey. Mm-hmm. People can say whatever they want. His back hurts or whatever, but I did my part. Well, yeah. Episode 125, guys. We hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good fucking week. We're getting ready to go do Tim and Sean's pod. Gonna edit this, get it up later. A lot of laundry. Catching up on some chore. Make some meal preps. What about you?
Yeah, I got to do a lot too. I got to do all that.
Let's get it done, baby. You guys have a good one.
Love you guys.